Y'all know what it is. We're going to wait to get this Instagram live up so everybody can watch us on all the platforms. Just give me a second. All right. Instagram live is now up. Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to Dad Mentality. Today, we got Chris Shelton going to join us together as we have a conversation about financial literacy. And, and then also we're going to have to recap on these commanders, and because coach might have to eat some words. I at least feel like it, but we're gonna see what's going on. Y'all know what it is. It's Dad Mentality.
What is Dad's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, it get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Sometimes we gotta fix our mental. Or maybe it's not meant to be a dad, a father, that's what men do. I made a promise to my kids, that's what I do. I just want them to do things better than I do. Or better yet, better things that I did. What is Dad's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, it get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Welcome to the show, shout out to the coach. And Maddie Ice Cold Crypto. And each one, teach one. That's mentality, we just try and reach one. What is That's mentality?
Hello, it's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to Dad Mentality Podcast. I'm glad y'all joined us here another week. We have a great show for y'all today. As you know, I don't do it by myself. I got my boys. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my fellow Commander fan. Y'all know him also as the Diversified Hustler. He's also the Ice Cream Man. Y'all know him as Wealthy and Blessed. It's my man, Matty Ice Cold Crypto. What's up, Matty Ice? How you doing today, sir?
Feeling excellent, fellas, man. About y'all, always feeling good after a good Commanders, Redskin, Washington football team win,
Yeah, absolutely. And we got to stay in reality. We know where we came from. We know where we've been, but some people want to reject that, but we still love him. He's been my boy since we were 4 years old, playing in the sandbox. Y'all know him as Coach. What's up, Coach? How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. It's amazing how people switch so quick, because this the same guy that had his stuff in a tote 3 weeks ago, right? You know what I mean? So it's all good though. I ain't gonna throw no shade around, man.
Hey, look, fellas, we all can make. I made a smart decision a long time ago. I still stick by my smart decision. I might have to put it in hibernation for a while, but my dad told me when I was 8 years old that either I was a Redskins fan, aka Commanders fan, or I didn't live here. So I still believe in that, and I'm gonna be a Commanders fan till I die. But we also have another Commanders fan. I was so excited to have this gentleman join us this week. This guy definitely lives a dad mentality. I've known this gentleman, him and his son and my son are best friends, and then we became friends through our sons. But this dude is a great father, a great man. He definitely will educate you and talk to you about financial literacy. He's also a realtor. He's also an educator. He's also, you can see him on YouTube at Your Change Agent, or Instagram your.change.agent. And you can check him out as he talks about all the financial. And we also are pressing him to get out there and do his financial literacy podcast, or his financial podcast, because I've been telling him he got to get out there and get this word, because we need it as a people. But we're going to start here today. It's Chris. All right, my bad, fellas. I hit the wrong button. Got so damn excited. I hit the button to start the joint again. So anyway, Chris Shelton, how you doing, sir?
Hey, thanks for having me. I feel very blessed to be here and excited to talk to you about all things. And of course, got love for my Commanders. We are doing something that we haven't done in a long time, so it's fun to ride the wave.
Hey, man. Hey, and you know what? It's been a 20 something year hiatus, so I'm excited to finally have some celebration. I watched that game and it looked like the stadium was rocking like I haven't seen it rock like that since the days of RFK, in my opinion. But we'll talk more about that later. I know Coach doesn't want us to drown him out with our great Commander Glory talk. So
It will
we'll
be
go
a
ahead.
day. That day
We'll be like Debo coming, huh? We might be talking now, but we be quiet again. Don't worry about it, huh? I hear you. But the way it's looking at, we looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate while I can. So let's get ready to get into this mental health check-in. Mental health is important here at Dad Mentality. We believe that if you don't talk to somebody, talk to anybody about your mental health and get that checked out and talked about, because we as Black men especially don't talk about our problems and communicate with each other the stresses that we need to. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our mental health check-in. I'm gonna let Coach go first so we can talk about how great the Redskins are when we get to our turn. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, last week
Commanders.
wasn't a bad week. You know what I mean? I think overall I'm probably at a 7.5, so progressing. You know what I'm saying? It was a busier week than normal. I'm actually probably about 90% back now, health wise. So start jogging and you know what I'm saying, it's slowly, but you know what I'm saying, without pain. So I think I'm about a 7.5 right now. So see how I get through this week and see if I can boost that score up a little bit. Family's good. So you know what I'm saying, all that's going well. Busy weekend last weekend. Ended up taking my 11-year-old, went with the Girl Scout troop down to the White House tour. So you know what I'm saying, I had a ball. Was exhausted afterwards, but hey, that comes with it. But all in all, it's a pretty good week. So
Excellent. All right, Coach. All right, Matty Ice, what about you?
Same here, man. I'm about the same as last week. About that 7, anywhere from a 7 to a 7.5. Feeling good, feeling optimistic about some few things. Had a nice event at the shop this past weekend. So we're excited about that. My son dropped his trailer for his animated series that he's launching next month. So we did a preview trailer and did a little live performance at our store. So had some people come out, got a great response from the trailer. So feeling good about that. Got some other things that's got me feeling optimistic about some stuff, man. So about a 7.5. Family's good, daughter's in school, son is feeling good doing this thing. So when the energy's up around the household, everybody kind of feels a little bit better. But still trying to get up, to that 8 or 9. A 10 is like where you just, everything is perfect. So I'm looking to get to a 10, but I'm just trying to get back up to that about 8.5, 9 round. But I'm sitting around at 7 and a 7.5, which is still on the right side of the spectrum, but just looking to feel a little bit better and do a little bit better each and every day.
All right. Well, since you mentioned my boy Guapo, he definitely did. He did our intro that you just watched, and he's coming out with his own animated short. So I do have that intro on deck. We're gonna go ahead and check that out.
Okay.
And definitely people that are already out there, please let us know where your mental health is from 0 to 10. Put it in the comments and let us know how you feeling as we watch this. So let me get it nice and presented, nice and pretty. Let's see here. I think I got it right. Let's see. Or maybe not. Hold on. Y'all hear it? I don't hear it. Maybe he ain't saying nothing yet.
Yo, what's
Oh, there we
good,
go.
Jay? What's up, Mello?
Man, our party was crazy last night.
Nah, for real, I'm just waking up.
You're late. That's the 10th time you've been tardy this month.
Shit, he told me he be having that. Having what? That Zah nigga. Hey, Fantasia.
Hey, are you all?
Shit crazy out here. That's why I got me
I'm
some
trying to
protection.
figure out how to
Is
make
it
it
loaded?
bigger.
Hell yeah, it's loaded. What's the point of carrying an empty gun?
You heard about his little business? I just want him to be safe and smart about it, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's meet up from after school so we can talk about how we're gonna handle it. I just wanted to come by and check on you. I most def appreciate that, bro. Nah, for real. That's love. So y'all ready for tonight? Yeah, I'm ready. Same plan, right? I think we should just confront him. This nigga's scared. Nah.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
Hold on, that
Who,
voice
me?
sounds familiar.
You think he can take my shit and get away with it? Fuck no. Chill, nigga. I don't make promises. Hey, there you go right there. I know you heard me, nigga.
All right, 11/19/24. Looks like when it's coming out.
Sure.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna show it again next time, probably next week. I'll make sure I have it set up for the visual. But hey,
All right,
we
go
definitely
to
support this
YouTube.
young man. We definitely support this man, and you know, love him. Make sure you get your guap chasers gear. This dude is an entrepreneur. He did our intro. He'll do your intro for your anything you want. Just hit him up. You can check him out. What's his Instagram? You know it off the top of your head, Matty Ice?
Yeah, Art by Guapo on Instagram, and then you can also follow the show at the Knox on YouTube. But Art by Guapo, GUAPPO, Art by Guapo on our
Yeah.
Instagram.
Throw that in the chat so that way if you got a second, Matty Ice, that way you'll be there. All right. Big love to O. She watching the show. We're gonna go ahead and get into my mental health check-in. So this week I actually went a little bit low. I've had a lot of stress this week, trying to get things worked on a personal level. Personal level, my stuff's good. I'm not gonna. That's not. It's a work level. It's kind of been a little down. So I'm gonna put myself at about a 6.8 this week. I had a lot of stress dealing with that. It's stuff that, you know, I'm getting over and working through, but it's still, you know, something that has affected me this week. On a personal level, next week I get to see my son graduate from the Air Force. So I'm super excited about that and see him grow and see him function. It'll be a family trip, so we're going to check out some colleges while we're there. So I'm excited about that trip next week. I'll probably be doing a show from Texas, and we'll figure that out. But it's a great thing to have on that. I'm going to see my son. My daughter's doing great. My son, of course, is doing good. Hey, coach. He's running for vice president of his class, man. I had to do his little, I guess, speech or whatever. He had to do like a 1-minute speech, and we put some posters. He got some posters going up in the school this week, so it's something that we're excited about and supporting him. He's super hyped about it. So he's going to be vice president. So you know,
That's what's up.
yeah. So we're happy about that. So personal stuff is good. Hey, we'll be coming for some campaign contributions. You know what I'm saying? These lollipops ain't free that he gotta give out to these kids for their votes. You know what I'm saying?
So he bribing Joe.
You gotta show them something to make them vote for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not worried about tax breaks in 5th grade. So, you know, whoever got the candy got the power. That's the way it worked in the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we bring some Matty Ice up there for him, man. He gonna win for sure.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Maddie, don't make me hold you to that, dog. That might be on it. That might be his campaign slogan for real. It's like, hey, a vote for Jonathan is a vote for Matty Ice to the school. So we might have to make that happen. That'll be
Hey, let me
on and
know.
popping. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, that's why I am. It's good. Hey, Chris, give us your number from 0 to 10 and how you feeling this week, sir.
I think I'm around a 7.9. I think things are rolling. Keeping in the moving. Personally, it went well. This is fall season, so we're able to go out and hit up these hay or no, it was a cornfield mazes and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And went out with my older girls on Saturday. Was that Friday? Yeah, went out on Friday night and had a good time with them. Jumping out at the corn maze, going ahead of them, jumping out on them, and scaring them a little bit, and having a good time that way. And also, I guess we got to do a combo ticket because my son is also running for president, so maybe they can do a little combo.
Okay.
Vote for both of them on in the 5th grade. So
yeah, hey, you know it. We got to. Okay. That's why he was telling. I was trying to figure out why he didn't run for president. I guess he didn't want to run against his boy. Okay, I understand that now. But he was like, "No, I'm going for vice." I was like, "All right, whatever. Just support it." All right, so yeah, we might have to make that combo ticket happen, dog.
Yeah.
That'll be.
I think that'd be good. Get the Canva up and running. make
Yeah,
the hype posters.
there you go. Absolutely. Yeah, Mighty Ice to the rescue. Now you got to get a president and a vice president in the 5th grade, man. You know what I'm saying? We can make that. We're gonna have to make that happen for sure. For sure.
Hey, it's
All right,
election season.
you know it. Did you get did you give me the score? What was your score? Did I miss the score?
7.9.
7.9.
7.9. All right, that's cool. That's good. Good, man. I'm glad stuff is good. And so now I know, okay, his boy running for president. That's why he said like I didn't even figure that out. But that's good to know. Now knowing's half the battle, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know about it until about Saturday or something. And when my wife was telling me, and I had him tell me a little bit about it. And I was like, I wish you would have told me soon. I would have took you got a fresh cut, man. You out here looking crazy. Trying to run for president.
They about to run the school, man. They
my son, man, he don't never want to comb his hair. Like, man, come on, man. You gotta look sharp if you're gonna be running for president. You gotta look clean. So we're gonna get him right.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I got it. But hey, so I was glad to have you here. I definitely the topic of finances and financial literacy. We do talk about money and finances. Coach has definitely done a great job with the Money Matters talk and stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to bring you in. I know that you were telling me that you were going to start something educating people on, financial literacy. So give me an idea of what you want to start and how you want to approach discussing financial literacy with people.
Sure. Well, give you a little bit of background. I've been in and around finance since I graduated from college in one way, shape, or form back in 2005. And so I was a graduate of Xavier University out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And I also did some studying with University of Maryland on a Master's of Finance degree. And when I got out of college, I got into first thing started into sales, but then jumped into very quickly getting my license as a Series 7 66 life and health representative, selling stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and helping people to plan for their retirement. And it was interesting because at the time when I got that license was right around the time when the market took a turn south, right? And it was tough to sell people on products when you're a young baby-faced kid, and they want to put their trust in your hands of what their retirement is. And ultimately, even as a representative, you don't necessarily have the full control of what happens in the stock market, right? It's a little bit above us in terms of what's happening with everybody. And it's hard to when things are going down to tell somebody to buy more, right? And so it started me off on this journey of trying to figure out how to really understand and build wealth from the perspective of when you have, not even 2 cents to rub together to becoming somebody who is self-sustained and living a life by design. Um, and so from there, I got into the mortgage industry. I was a mortgage lender for about 3.5 years. Um, you know, actually, once I was a licensed financial representative, I did work in the banking industry with PNC Bank, and then I slid into mortgages. And then I really enjoyed being hands-on and working with folks as they're, through housing and getting their. That's the biggest piece of or biggest purchase that most people go through in their lives is buying their home. And so, and it's a tool for wealth building, right? Yeah, it's always the right time to buy because once you own that asset, uh, as time goes on, it can appreciate because you're paying down that mortgage, right? Lowering that balance. And also, the trend as of right now is that housing prices have gone up, right? That oftentimes is where people are able to build their wealth because you bought a house, let's say you got it in a good time in the market for 150,000, and then 2-3 years down the line, when you're ready to sell, it's jumped up to 300,000, right? Instant equity, right?
Right.
And so and what I also loved about being in real estate was uh being able to see that instant change for a family, taking them from one environment, putting them in a different environment with better schools, better facilities, better things around them, and that instantly changes where they are going to be in life and where their outcomes can go, right? And so uh, this current market has been interesting in that there's been a lot of changes. The interest rates were kind of high, and there was a shift in the market because 2 years, let's say 3 years prior, everybody was partying with the twos and threes on the interest rates, right? Then
Mhm.
it went all the way up to about 7 or 8. And if you don't quite understand about interest rates and the way that they work, the higher the interest rate, the more that you're paying on your monthly payment for your mortgage, right?
Yeah.
You can buy a house at the same price, let's say 500,000. If you have a 2.5% interest rate, you may be paying, let's say 2,900 on a mortgage. But then if it's an 8% interest rate, you bought the same house at 500,000. Now you're paying almost 4,000 a month in mortgage, right? That's a
Right.
big jump. And
Absolutely.
so with that shift in the market, people were a little more hesitant in terms of purchasing because they were waiting for when that market was going to turn, when that interest rate was going to turn around. So that led me into a direction of trying to understand something that I wanted to do, which was to teach. And so I taught in communities before on financial literacy. My wife's a teacher. She's been a teacher for 20 years or probably 20 plus years. And she was telling me about the shortage in Prince George's County in
Mhm.
terms of teachers and shortage of teachers all across the nation. And I felt that it was a good opportunity and it fit with my real estate background to go into the classroom and try to have an effect on the youth. And so, with that, I am actually the finance, economics, business, and literacy teacher for Largo High School, right?
Okay.
And been
I
doing
got
that for,
hold on. I got a question about that real quick
yeah.
because that was something I was wanting to ask you about also. is because when I was in high school, there was no financial literacy class or anything. I didn't learn anything about in high school about banking, money, saving your money, deposit, any of that stuff, or investing. Is that something that is now being focused in the schools, or is that just it's still like a niche thing that's just happening in certain places?
No, it's absolutely a focus now with the development of the CTE initiative, business and CTE, helping to give these kids career training after graduation. Financial literacy is a requirement to graduate from high school.
Okay.
And that has been locked in place since last year. It was a concept a couple years before, and we had the class, but now it's actual requirement for graduation. And so it's good to give them at least that the basics, the understanding of the why is it important to have credit? Why is it what is the stock market, right? Why is it important to have a budget? You know, what's the difference between just dreaming or coming up with having a goal that you're working towards and actually making it into a smart goal, right? Being able to uh, make it into something that is accomplishable, right? These are types of things that I teach in the classroom every day, and try to give the kids a basis of something that they can utilize outside of their high school careers, right? Being around business, interacting with money, understanding how to be financially independent is something that everybody needs, regardless of what career or area that you're going to go into. You're still going to have to pay a rent or a mortgage. You're still going to have to feed yourself. You're still going to have to be able to manage your own life without calling on mom or dad or brother or sister to bail you out. And that comes with discipline and responsibility. And so going through that and understanding that it's a bigger need in our community than just within the high school walls. There's some adults that need some help too,
Shit,
right?
I need help.
And so that's where I decided to as a subset of also still maintaining my I have a real estate team, the Shelton Group with Samson Properties, and with the maintaining and helping people, because I ran into a lot of people that are interested in buying a home, but they're not quite there, right?
Yeah.
And getting there is a discipline, right? You have to understand, how do I pay my bills? Why is it important not to, even though you may be irritated about um, that cable bill that jumped to $300, that you just can't bail on it and not pay it, because as mad as you are, they just put it right on your credit report and keep it moving. And 5 years from now, when you try to get a car, you're trying to get a house, that's what's going to hold you up, right? And so being able to help people where they're at to get where they need to go is something that is rewarding for me.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions for Chris that you would like to ask, please make sure you put them in the comments. We'll definitely get them in here. Coach Matty Ice, did you have anything to say or anything that you want to add or questions that you might have towards Chris?
No, I mean, I think definitely. I'm so glad that PG County's actually going back to the actual career training. It was something me and my wife had just talked about, Chris, a couple days ago. Honestly, for the high schools, um, I deal with a lot of elementary schools in the county now, and just in and we have hosted financial literacy workshops and all of that, and just for the parents, right? And just getting the parents out there to these workshops and understanding, because for what a lot of people don't know is that in the county, like, the population shift is shifting, like, of who's living in the county, right?
Mhm.
And just, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of English as a second language students. There are a lot of, you know what I'm saying, foreign students that are in the county, as well as us, you know what I'm saying, our Black students. And like just though the educational piece is critical. I mean, when you can't speak the language and you don't really understand finances and you're trying to move, it can be difficult. So definitely, I'm so glad to hear that at least at the high school level they're starting to do that, and it needs to expand from there. And it's not just finances; they need to talk about all the trades, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I'm definitely just happy to hear that. What type of response are you getting from the kids in the classroom about the whole financial? Is it any pushback? Is it any like I know about money? Is it like what kind of responses are you getting from the high school kids? My wife would love the fact that you teach at Largo too, because that's where she graduated from. So
She's Largo Lion,
she
huh? Well, it's a mix. So there are kids. There are a few. Your normal 80-20 ratio, if you understand what I'm saying, where
I do.
that 20% is locked in. They want to know about it. They're excited about it, and they understand it. And then you got that 80% that their parents have kind of handled their finances or and given them kind of what they've wanted. Or they just have this idea that they're going to be a I don't know, a YouTuber or and they're instantly going to make it, right? And and
Yeah.
but they haven't quite connected. Okay, if this is something that you want to do, there's a discipline behind that, right? That you have to be out there on the video on the grind pretty much 90% of your time, right? And not and like you're doing here on this show, it builds up. It just doesn't come with, there is no instant success.
Mm-hmm.
And or you got some of our young men, they feel like everybody thinks they're going to the NBA, the NFL, MLS, or where, whatever sport that they're into. And you just kind of, well, that's great. And I hope that you get there, but you're still going to need to understand your money,
Yes,
right?
you are.
Because the majority, I think a good 75 to 80% of, well, I wouldn't say 75, let's say more around that 65 to 70% of those athletes burn through that money because they're taking care of so many people and their family, and go through bad deals, people that come in and you have lived in a lower income bracket for most of your life, and then you instantly have millions and millions of dollars, and then everybody's kind of come to you with a business idea or somewhere else that they're going to try to grow, and it doesn't work out. Next thing you know, your body is not there where your mind continues to be. And you can't earn the way that you were earning before. So what happens at that point, right? So and there have been many people that have failed because they just left that responsibility of managing their money to someone else.
Man,
And they let it
Yeah,
go.
it's simple too. Like if these kids just understood how to budget, they would not go broke, right? Like, and I'm not talking, and I'm talking about the superstar, the guys that are making all these millions of dollars in the professional sports and so forth. If they just stuck to a budget,
Yeah.
they would not go broke. Hey, like you don't got to invest, you don't got to do anything. Like you literally just have to stick to a budget. Right now, if you want to make money, and do all these deals and do all that and make more money, that's fine and dandy. But just the bare minimum is my expenses are this, my income is this, my savings is this, and go from you follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think in their mind is, I have it, why can't I spend it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes in that area, they're so dependent upon that agent that has given them everything. But that
Mm-hmm.
agent will go away the moment that you are no longer profitable to them, right?
Yeah.
And uh we have to change our mindset, like you said, to be more modest. And just because you can afford a multi-million-dollar house, maybe you, while you're playing, you stacking up 75% of that money and living off of 25%. Then that way, the rest of that time outside of that playing career, I mean, the average playing career in the NFL was 3 years or less?
Yeah, something like that. 3 to 4
I
years.
think they
3 years.
They moved the retirement to like 4 because of that, or something like that. 4.5, I think, or 5. It's weird. Yeah, but you're right.
So if let's say, even if you get that, are blessed with that 10-year career, right? If you stacked 75% of those dollars, and not only that, did you know that? And I know this is kind of off the basis of what we're talking about because we're going into something that people are interested in. But did you know that every place that they play, they have to pay the taxes for that independent location?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine the tax bill that they're getting, when they complete a season. Even though they're getting paid lots of money, they're paying out lots of money too.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention how much money does it take to take care of your body, to maintain your diet, to make sure that you're getting those massages and everything, that you can actually be on that field.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't even have the basis, like you said, of a basic budget of what's coming in and what's going out, you'll be shocked. Remember when they used to talk about the early artists, music artists, when they were they thought they were going to get paid because they got a hit #1 record, and then here come the record company talking about, well, you had to pay for advertising, you had to pay.
We gotta get paid first.
Yeah, they ain't realized that was that they had to pay for the video and everything.
Yeah,
read the lines, read between the lines.
They never know that you got to pay for everything. You're paying for all this. There's nothing there that is free. I remember back in the day, even that when talking about the record companies, they even charge you for pressing the albums that they're selling. You know what I'm saying? That everything comes back to you. But even in the NFL and going to, but let's go. I understand. Let's go to regular life.
Yeah, we can circle it back to regular life in that. How many people, when they sign up for that credit card, are actually reading what that interest rate is going to be? Right? Reading the stipulations on, if I miss a payment, what happens? Right? Just we want access to the credit because it's a part of the American culture. But you can very quickly put yourself into a hole, right? The idea is, you should focus on, don't buy it unless you can afford it, right? If you don't got the cash in your account, don't buy it on credit, because it can turn around and haunt you if you get jammed up and you need access to emergency money or emergency funds.
What is a positive way to use credit?
The positive way to use credit is to maintain a healthy debt to income ratio. So what I mean by that is, how much do you have in regards to your credit availability and how much have you utilized of that credit? If I have a credit card and I have a 3,000 balance, it's not good if 2,500 of that balance is already utilized on something I spent, right? You need to be at least, I would say, 1/8 of that balance, and to maintain a healthy balance. If you have something, or even I've heard even upwards of 1/13 of that balance, and if you keep that in a healthy low amount, it's not good to just have a zero balance every month. Because when they are studying it for your credit rating, it will just look like you never used the card at all, right? So let's say, for example, the credit card cycle is on that first day of the month, and then they kind of review it on every first day of the month, right? And let's say you got the card, you spent a little bit on it, but then you paid it off. January 1, you got the card, you spent, $500 on the card, but then you paid that $500 off before February 1st, right? When they pull that cycle and look at the credit, for them it'll look like a zero and a zero,
Okay.
right? So in order to grow the score, you might want to keep it at a little bit of a carry on, and then right after that cycle review, then pay it off, right? So that you don't feel like you're maintaining that debt while at the same time building your score up. You want to have a healthy balance.
Yeah, and most people don't even understand that. They think that they're going to get hit with that interest that first 30 days because they don't read the pamphlet, right? Just because it hits the cycle doesn't mean you're about to get hit with interest. Interest actually starts 60 days after. It's the next cycle that takes place, and that's what people really got to understand. And to your point, that zero balance every month is a killer. Matter of fact, some credit card companies might even close your card because
yeah, they want to make a little bit off of you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
yeah, those sorts of things. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make in terms of with financial literacy is feeling like I know it all, right? And unwilling to seek out the help or seek out the understanding. You know, financial literacy is a thing that we are always learning. We're always getting better. There's always other trends or new things that you need to figure out. Think maybe 10, 15 years ago, crypto wasn't around, right? And we didn't know anything about it, right?
Yeah.
And now,
Definitely.
it's another method to be able to build wealth if you can understand how it works, right?
Yeah.
And that takes
sure.
experience, and it takes a willingness to weather the ups and downs. That's the other thing that I think is a something that happens for people that are trying to build wealth, is they jump out too soon.
Yeah, that's what I was me and Rodney always joking. I mess with him because I'm definitely was big, into crypto and Bitcoin early. And they see that price fluctuate, what I mean, because it can be volatile. But I tell them, you got to look at your investments. Are you trading? Are you investing? If you're investing, you got to be looking over a longer time period. You know what I mean? Especially with something like more volatile assets, a newer asset class is going to be a little more volatile. But there has been a lot of wealth created in the Bitcoin and crypto space. I usually just speak on Bitcoin to most people, because they can't understand Bitcoin. They don't need to go any further. You know what I mean? Start there. You know what I mean? Then they want, they before they even understand Bitcoin, they ask me about NFTs. What's an NFT? Well, nah, that's probably not where you want to be. Let's just understand how to send and receive and hold and secure your Bitcoin. But just going back to the financial literacy, it's all just part of learning what works for you sometime. And that's why I used to start people like if they want to invest, well, what do you like to use? And that may be an easy way for them to start. Like, you always buying Jordans and Nikes. Do you only need that type of stock? I'm like technology. So I always start with something like Bitcoin. Like, that's what actually got me into investing into stocks. Was actually crypto. I started with crypto before I knew about stocks, but never was a investor. But once I got into crypto, it was kind of hand in hand, and that was back like 2015. And that was like, okay, that's when I first got on I think it was Robinhood, or it was another app called Acorn, where you would buy stocks, and then it would put would use some of your money to buy stocks. So that's kind of how I started investing back in around about 2015, getting into the stocks and crypto. But I do think just not even just us, but people of color sometimes are always fearful of investing in stuff that they don't understand, or they, or it seems like it's hard to understand, like you said, because they just don't take the time to learn from it. But if you can invest a little bit, man, and let it grow over time. But man, people are crazy. And Rodney, I laugh at Rodney. He be joking, but he be serious. He be like, that joy it went down. I said, man, but it's still up though. Like if you got to look where it's at. He like, man, it dropped $100 today. I said, well, I mean, you looking at it too much. That means you need to buy more today. You know what I mean? Dollar cost average. You know what I mean? Just buy a little bit more. But
I come from the school of investing in my mattress. My savings account is in my mattress, dog. You cut a slit in your mattress and hide the money in there. That's what my dad did it. My grandfather did it before that.
We ain't saying don't do that too, because we talked about that last week about keeping cash in the house or keeping cash in the safe. You still want to have that, but you gotta play both sides. You gotta have something that's gonna work for you. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
people misunderstand and having a full idea of diversification, right? Being able to have your money in a few different areas, right? Maybe I'm putting a little bit in stock today. Maybe tomorrow I'm putting a little more into a property or real estate. Maybe I'm putting a little bit into a business idea that I want to see come to fruition. Having your money spread out, and even within the stocks, maybe you have some in crypto, maybe you have some stuff in regular stocks, bonds, mutual funds, right? And being able to spread it out so that when you have an eclectic asset allocation, it will allow you, if something is going down here, maybe something else is going up here, right? And it kind of balances itself out. Another thing I would mention in regards to, we're men of a certain age, but for those that are slightly younger or even older, protecting asset protection and risk aversion, and what that means is insurance, right? Being sure that you have something in place, especially for fathers. Ask yourself, what would happen if you were to suddenly pass? God forbid, knock on wood. But what would they be able to handle even that funeral cost? Would they be able to handle that loss of your income? Like a lot of us are a partnership, and others are the driver of the income in our family. What happens in that case? And it's a small thing, but even having some sort of burial insurance or some sort of insurance that can offset some of that cost is tremendous. I think the average funeral cost at this point is between $20,000 and $40,000. Can your family handle that burden in that situation, right? Not everybody can, and nor do you want your money going to all that if you really think about it, right? So,
nope.
You definitely, when you're creating a portfolio to build your wealth, that has to be a piece of it, is having some sort of insurance in place to protect your family from risk.
Yeah, what's crazy about it is that as a culture, this is new to us. Like, other cultures have been doing this for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course they have their assets insured. They got themselves insured, this, that, and the other. I did learn that lesson in youth. And plus my wife, when I was riding motorcycles, she told me I couldn't get my motorcycle unless I had life insurance. So, and every time I went out for that late night ride, she would pull out the insurance portfolio and be like, I just want to have it ready just in case I get the call. You know what I'm saying? So, but but I mean, that was definitely something that I definitely did. So my next question to you is, somebody's listening to the show and they say, I want to get my finances together. Shout out to Molly. He definitely said budgeting is the hardest thing for him to do always. He always gets unexpected bills. Philip Page chimed in also, saying that kids need to understand the benefits of entrepreneurship. residential income. These are the things I teach my kids. How do you feel about entrepreneurship and residual income? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Residual income, for those that don't know, is that income that you receive whether you get up and work and physically do something to make this happen or not, right? So, like you talk about a rental income. If you have a rental property, whether you are actually working or not working, as long as that place is filled, you will get that rent on the first of the month, and hopefully they're a good tenant, of course.
Hopefully, because that ain't guaranteed.
That is not guaranteed.
I can tell you that from personal experience.
Yeah. So,
but there's other ways too to get money from rental properties as well. So
right, or even creating, that's where I think a lot of kids and folks do have it right is, in creating this content in this type of space, the more that you build it, the more views you get. Eventually, you're making something from that. And as long as you have, it out there, it can make money for you. Right. But yeah, no, it's definitely important because eventually you're going to want to retire. You're going to want to work less. You're going to want to have more freedom of your time to do the things that you enjoy. And the way that happens is through residual income, right?
Yeah.
If you can offset your wage salary with residual income, maybe you don't have to do that work every single day because you've built up the residuals to pay you instead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely key. You mentioned other stuff. You said what else was the question on there?
Nah, he just saying entrepreneurship.
Oh yeah, entrepreneurship is definitely keeping it. That's why it's important to understand, without getting too far into political cycle, who's coming in that's going to do something for me as a person, and if I was to start a business, what are they offering? Right? Because financing is a big part of business, and just for those of you that are interested in getting your own business and creating your own business, that's why it's important to have that credit and have that record of good payment history. Because when you try to apply for a business loan, and even if you have a business license, they're still going to look for a personal guarantee when you're first starting out, right? So if your credit is not quite good or poor, it's not going to help you when you're trying to get out of the hole with that business, and you need to have some funds to help get you off the ground. And showing that you can pay your bills and manage money is also a strong suit when you're reaching out to friends, family, and others in terms of investing. Because I'm sure if you go to someone like Coach, Matty Ice, or Beast, they're going to want to see that you can actually pay your bills, and you're not somebody that's going to take that money and go off somewhere to Puerto Rico or somewhere and then come back talking about, but business ain't doing so good, right?
Right.
So you have to. It's a response. It is a discipline. It's a discipline. Managing money is a discipline that we all have to develop.
I don't need you to take my money and work on your mental health. I need you to make my money better, to make me more money, or else it'll mess up my mental health. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel you on that. So I'm a kid. I'm a young guy. I'm listening to the show, and I want to start getting my financial literacy together, like getting my stuff together. Where would you say is the first place to start?
Well, the first place to start is to take out a sheet of paper and list all your incomes, anywhere that you get money, and all your expenses. Right? Very simple.
Legal ways of getting money, right?
Huh?
You want legal ways of making money?
Sure. However they get it, they need to understand what's coming in and what's going out.
Okay.
right? And then you take your assets minus your liabilities and find out what your net worth is. If you have a negative number at the end of that, that means that you have more expenses going out than you have money coming in. And that's a problem. If you have a positive number and it's a small number, at least it's a basis to start from, right? From there, you need to understand, okay, when do I have to pay these different bills? When do they go out? In the first of the month, in the middle of the month, and how does my pay cycle work around that, right? And you need to maintain this. Do it on maybe like a Google Drive or somewhere else that you can keep up with it on a monthly basis. That's putting yourself on a budget. Once you understand how you are spending, then you can manipulate the levers to make an outcome that you want that's desirable, right? If I'm trying to save to get myself a car, I need to, okay, maybe I need to cut back on going out and ordering DoorDash, or maybe I need to make my lunch for myself or maybe I need to put some more hours in at the job, or maybe I could do this side hustle over here. You have to start seeing it and studying it, studying yourself, studying your habits so that you can make those adjustments.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Coach, did you have anything?
Nah, I mean, he's absolutely right. And I mean, the thing about it is a lot. I'll tell you one reason a lot of people's budgets fail is because of what Chris just said. They write down all their income, but they don't capture all their expenses. They don't capture the DoorDash charge. You know what I mean? They don't capture eating out. They don't capture coffee. They don't capture, you know what I'm saying, whether it's gas station runs for whatever, you know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even capture gas, right? You know what I mean? But you got to capture everything in your budget. I think I showed Rodney my household budget one time. He almost fell on the floor. You know what I mean? Because it's like 97 lines, bro. Like it's literally every single penny of my paycheck and my wife's paycheck is accounted for, right? And when it gets off target, you can identify exactly where it's off target. Hey, babe, we spent $300 extra in food last week.
Mm-hmm. How do you
know what I mean?
gotta?
Like,
How do you?
and here's the funny thing that I found in just talking to people about budgeting. Most people don't even look at their bank account every single day.
Yeah.
To me, that's crazy. Like I would go bananas if I didn't look at my bank account every single day.
Ain't nothing in it, so I ain't worried about it.
Well, yeah,
Nah.
but still,
You know what I mean? You don't know what can be going on. But I'm like that too. Like I like to diversify. I like to hustle. I like to make money. Budgeting, that's definitely like watching every penny. That's something that I definitely can say that I don't do. Like I know how much money I got. Like it's like one of them, from back of the day, I don't write nothing down, but I know how much I know how much somebody owe me. I know how much this is. I know, what I mean, how much I got in my pocket right now. You know what I mean? But as far as budgeting, that's something like I do want to get a lot better at. And the reason why I say it, because I know if I did, that would stop a lot of impulse buying and a lot of this other spending that I do. You know what I'm saying? To save money, be like, oh nah, dang, I didn't even realize I spent that much last month on XYZ.
Or Redskin gear. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, back if you did a budget, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you would realize, dog, like there was no reason to spend like $800 on Commander's gear, right? Like that's just ludicrous. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd say that it takes courage to look at your financial picture on a daily basis, because some people just simply don't want to see what's going on, right? There's an emotional aspect to it that if you are disappointed at what you're looking at, right, you're not going to want to look at it. right? If I'm taking a beating,
I've been there. I've been.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
I
I've
get
been
it.
there. Like, especially like, you know what I mean? Like I on some of my crypto investments, I went the wrong way in different joints. I'm like, yeah, why ain't like it's certain joints I have been riding there. Like, why didn't I sell yesterday? Like some of these meme coins that I done got in, I was like, oh my God, I should have sold yesterday. That joint down 50%. Now I'm like, I might as well let it ride to zero.
now I'll provide a simple tool that all your viewers and everybody should at least try to look into. The Rocket Money app.
I've heard of that.
I
I've
heard
been
of it,
seeing
but I
the
always thought it
commercial.
was some BS.
Yeah,
You saying it's
it
real?
show like which like all your subscriptions and like everything you kind of paying for.
So what it does is it's basically an auto budgeting tool. So you download it, you sign up for it, you tie your bank accounts to it. Then it starts doing an audit of everything that's going on in your account, what you're spending on. And then it starts to tell you, okay, you're going to see on the page on the front page how much money that you are spending on average each month. You'll see how much money you have in your account currently, and then it's going to tell you what bills are coming up and what days are they coming up on. So let's say, I don't know, ABC electricity is going to be pulling from you in 3 days, or even my Netflix account is going to be coming out in 2 days, and how much it's going to be, right? And for certain things, it even if it's something that's repetitive or something that you don't want to, like, you didn't realize it's still a subscription, you can click on it through their app and cancel it.
I got a couple of them joints. Can I say I want to cancel it every month and don't, like this daggone Uber Eats one joint. I don't even be using Uber Eats like that, but I'm paying this $10. But then I see it hit and I'll be like, God damn it, I forgot to cancel it again. And then I'll be like, I'm gonna cancel it, but then I don't do it right away. And then now next month it's charging me again. I'll be like, man. And
how these companies catch us is they'll give it to us for free with and in the small print.
It renews.
We're not reading the small print. There's going to be an auto charge. After 2 weeks.
Sometimes it's not even auto charge. It ain't even small print. We know it. We just don't go back and do it. I know I'm guilty. That's a great business model though. Like that's why they want you to that's why everything is a subscription model now. And that's why Netflix was such a huge company. They got you hooked to it because it was like $7.99. I remember when Netflix first came out, it was like $7.99. So you're not really paying attention to that $7.99, especially if you're not like a coach and look at your bank account every day. You're not going to catch it. You're not going to notice it. You're only going to notice like certain things coming out your account. You know what I mean? You see a few hundred or 1,000 missing out of your account, because you know what I mean, you got a roundabout where your checking account and you know what I mean, what accounts you use that are connected to things. You like, okay, this, I know I had a certain amount of deposits. I know my account should be around this number. You know what I'm saying? But if you look there and it's like this big discrepancy, then you get the scrolling through the statement like, hold up, this can't be right. And then that's sometimes when I do see them little charges, like, what is this? Like I forgot I was even subscribed to this. It's a couple apps that got me like that. I needed an app one time like to scan some papers and stuff. So I just downloaded this app right quick to take care of some business, but then I forgot to cancel it. And then they don't even make it easy to cancel Weave. I'm like, where is the cancel subscription at?
Yep. And so the app Rocket Mortgage is really good at being able to log into it and see immediately what's getting ready to pull from your account.
How much is that per month?
Let me take a look.
Because I've seen it for like a while, but I was like, but I know it's something that hit my account the other day that I haven't used their service in about 6 months. And that joint is $20 a month.
Between $6 and $12 per month.
Okay.
So, as much as a meal at your local fast food.
Yeah, but I was saying if they get some of them other joints off, and that's something that's worth it for your like I guess a budgeting tool, kind of brings everything into one place for you. You know what I mean? To make it easier to digest and see. I may check that out because I know I got some subscriptions I need to cancel, but I've been trying to get better with budgeting. Like budgeting is
it will self-identify where your earnings are going, like how much money is coming in as earnings, how much is going as bills and utilities, where do you currently spend, and you can see on what, right? And so it takes what you see on your bank account and actually does the analysis for you. So that's why I would recommend it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Nah, I was always thinking about getting it, so I'm definitely going to get it. I do need a tool like that. So, yeah, good stuff. Hey, we're gonna get ready to get into the first, Chris Shelton, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking this time out and talking to us about financial literacy. I got a couple things I'm just going to bring up that we can discuss real quick, and then we'll get into our terrible football picks again, and go from there. So, but I do want to thank you for joining us. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. It is
your.change.agent.
Yep. In YouTube, and he's definitely going to keep us aware. We'll announce when he starts his YouTube page to get the financial literacy and education as we go, because we'll definitely be following him here at Dad Mentality for sure. So
thanks for the time. I appreciate
it.
So how do people don't go nowhere, because you got to do.
I was about to say, Chris, how do people find you if they want to use your services though? Like you know what I mean? How do we?
Definitely. I have a website. It's the Shelton Group.properties. Shelton Group.properties, which I'll put in the chat. Group.properties, and then I have other things that are kind of subset off of there that you can plug into for sure. And then of course on my Instagram it does have the link tree that pulls up to my website and all my different things that I got going on.
Okay. Shoot, I might actually be reaching out to you to see how maybe you can help me out with some things and run a few things by you, man. It seems like you got a lot of valuable information.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it.
I'll definitely be reaching out to you. I got some opportunities for you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into this and discuss this real quick. Let's see. It's already ready. Yeah. All right.
Dan, is one that one of my great passions in life is financial literacy. Because one of the things that I see a lot of my colleagues in sports and even acting and people in Hollywood, that is not their strong suit, is financial literacy, because they haven't spent a lot of time doing it. Just like writing or speaking, reps is paramount, right? And I knew that financial literacy was my way out of that funny money that I saw and witnessed when I was a 12-year-old boy at Publix. So I think at the beginning there was some imposter syndrome. Obviously, I didn't go to a fancy school. I don't have my MBA. Ironically, now I'm going to my 6th year of teaching the #1 class at Stanford Business School, which is called strategic pivoting. I think education is power. And I think a lot of times, I don't know where it comes from, but people try to code finances so much that they make it much harder than what it really is. I think baseball does the same thing with all these acronyms. And really, at the end of the day, instead of saying a 5 cap, I'm going to buy this 5 cap, this beautiful building we're in, instead of just saying it's a 5% return, right? So if you put $100, you need $5 back. It's so much easier. So one of the things that I want to do is really democratize investing. Financial literacy is the only way that we can really empower our future and ensure that we have a good life after sports. A relationship with money, Dan, is one that...
All right. So, that was Alex Rodriguez talking about how he learned about, and he talks about in further interviews that he definitely got educated. I kind of feel like financial literacy is intimidating to people. And a lot of people feel like, this isn't when you start talking about it, that is going, this stuff is going to go over their head, or this, that, and the other. Do you feel, how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel that it is intimidating people? That's the reason why a lot of people don't go and get it, or what? How do you feel?
I agree. I know a lot of people who don't even like that are intimidated by math, period. Like, you know what I mean? Like people are just intimidated by math, period. So when it comes to that, they do exactly what they need to do with financial literacy, and then they're, for whatever reason, when it comes to investing, they're just so scared that they're going to do something wrong and lose money, or you know what I mean, taxes and different things, so they don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. But again, there's different levels of investing or savings for everybody. But again, the knowledge is the key, the literacy is the key. Once they learn a little bit about it, I think that fear will go out the window. But it's just some people like to keep things the way they are, and they don't even want to go down that pathway of, learning a little bit about it. But I do think it's gotten better though. Like with information being out there, people do see videos and TikToks, and they see people who look like them, younger than them, and who are doing things. And I think that is helping getting the word out there that financial literacy is the key. And to maybe get to where you're trying to go, you need to start putting your money to work for you. You can't just work for money. You know what I mean? And so I think there is hope though. You know what I mean? But some people are definitely fearful though.
All right. Anybody else?
I mean, I think that it's when you use the words financial literacy, and you start talking to people about it, it's us. A lot of people, like Matt said, are intimidated, but I think it's intimidation of looking in the mirror at what they're doing with their money, right? You know what I mean? And I think that oftentimes people don't want to see the true picture. And the more you're educated about what you should be doing, is eventually going to take you to the true picture of what you are doing. And I think people are scared of that. Right. And because I'll call a spade a spade. My great aunt Cat, her, Rodney, she never made more than $6 an hour her entire life. Right. When she died, she had over 6 figures saved up. So I say that because it's not always about what you make, right? It's about what you do with your money. And when it comes to financial literacy, that people got to stop being intimidated by those words and just understand that, hey, you got to look in the mirror and you got to be disciplined, and you're going to have to make some sort of change. And you're going to have to take some sort of leap of faith when you get to that level. But just, you know what I'm saying, doing the basics, it is not something that is difficult. And that's what that's the message that I would put out there to people. Financial literacy is not difficult.
Yeah.
For me, I think that we learn, most people learn about their financial, the sense of their finances from what they saw their parents do or their mentor or grandparents do, right? And some of that can be negative, some of that can be positive. It could be good habits, could be bad habits, right? And we go with what we trust and what we were kind of raised on, right? Beast mentioned the mattress saving, right? And because he saw that from his dad and his granddad, then that's what he gonna do, right? And but financial literacy and financial education and there's a basis, but it's always changing and it's always growing. And it's good to kind of seek other avenues because you want to be able to eventually live a life by design. And in order to do that, you have to figure out the ways that others have done it and get those foundationary steps so that you can move forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I do want to let everybody know that is a joke. You can come to my house and check my mattress if you want. There ain't no money in that thing. Just like it ain't nothing in my account either. So, so I'll let you know that now. So, but yeah. So, all right, cool. I got one more video, and then we'll get into it. Oh man, excuse me.
You if you were to invest in this thing, fully commit to this particular thing, and your personal net worth will increase by 77%, how much would you truly dedicate to that thing?
My God.
Raise your hand. You say, I'm in. I'm going to do that.
All in.
There was a study done, and it was posted on the Journal of Psychology, to the couple that supported the other partner's vision, dreams, and goals. Their personal net worth increased by 77%. It's guaranteed.
Somebody put a praise on that. Yes.
If I were to tell you.
So I thought that was an interesting video. I mean, I have now gotten to the point where me and my wife are investing in our own personal adventures. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely can see that when you're in a relationship, in a marriage, and you invest in each other, it can do nothing but increase, you know what I'm saying? Increase your household. I don't see how it can't, especially when you're working together to create a goal and this, that, and the other. So I definitely feel that is a very good statement. When you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, you're in a partnership, that goes beyond on everything. And when you invest in each other, there's no way something negative can happen out of that. It's got to be a win. I don't see how it could be. And I just wanted to see how y'all felt about that.
Definitely. Now, there's one thing I'll give y'all a little nugget. You know, as we're getting close to the end of this thing. So if you don't do anything else after watching this video today, outside of the Rocket Money app, set up a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA. It is income dependent. However, it is a retirement account. And you can actually set up a Roth IRA for your kids. And people don't really know that. But a Roth IRA, the way it works, you put in money after tax, meaning that after you've been paid your wages, the money that you have left over, and they've taken out Social Security and taxes, you can put it into this Roth IRA. The money will depend or will grow based off of your investments in whatever it is that you invest in on stock market or mutual funds. And then when it's pulled out at retirement, it comes out tax-free because it's already been taxed.
Man.
So think about that. If you started your child on a Roth IRA, and instead of telling folks to send them toys, send them contributions to that Roth IRA. I did this study with my students in class. If they put in $150 a month from the time that they were 16, by the time they hit 65, they would have over $1 million of tax-free money available to them by just a simple consistency of that $150 a month.
Okay. All right. Coach, how you feel about the video?
Oh, I mean, I'm in total agreement with the video. I fully believe that. I mean, if you're married and you're in your partnership, and you invest in the other person's vision, 100%, right? You know what I mean? That your return on investment is always going to be positive. Because when two agree, right? You know what I mean? They're virtually unstoppable.
All
Especially
right, Matt.
when it's husband and wife. Yeah.
We got you, Matt.
No, on the same page, I definitely agree that it's a partnership. You know what I mean? If both partners or heads of the household not on the same page, it's definitely going to be difficult. You know what I mean? You can't save if one person trying to spend. You know what I mean? It has to be some type of understanding and agreement there with both parties on the same page. Both parties are supporting what one another is trying to do. You know what I mean? So I think that's definitely important. And you know what I mean, they say one of the major reasons why a lot of households and marriages don't last is over finances. So I definitely you know what I mean, agree with that. Just got to find what's right for your household.
Absolutely. All right, well, fellas, thank you again. We're gonna get ready to get into these terrible picks. Chris, you can get to have my pick as long as it's a good pick. I'll let you have it. But you know, we go through this week so far. I have lost my money again. This week I lost it because of Matty Ice terrible pick, according to Coach. You know what I'm saying? That we lost it by one. It was the Detroit Minnesota game. That was the only one we lost. We hit everything else, including the Commanders destroying the Panthers. You know, even with the quarterback being hurt, they still put a what I would like to call an old-fashioned ass whooping on them. So, you know, I'm happy about that. Happy to talk about that too. But we're gonna go ahead and get into these picks. Coach, all right, what picks you got for us this week? I'm assuming because you're angry that the Redskins won that you're gonna make it difficult again for us and they're gonna try to give me some easy money.
This should be an easy week. Packers at the Jags.
Packers.
Packers.
Chris? Packers. All right, hold on.
Okay, next one. Eagles at the Bengals. Eagles.
Well, hold on, they got the Bengals to win.
Eagles gonna win.
I'm going with
They're playing at Cincinnati.
Both of them got the Eagles, so go ahead and put that in. I think the Bengals gonna win though.
Well,
that's that bullshit right there. All right.
I do. I was already with the. I think I ain't. You know, that's
I think
NFC
the Bengals
East.
gonna win too.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win that one though.
Bengals are trash. What are you talking about? What you call us a beast?
What's your name? Philly just barely beat the Browns this week. They should have lost that joint.
Titans at the Lions.
You say what?
Titans at the Lions.
Oh.
You said Titans at the Lions. Lions are gonna win.
Yeah, Detroit.
What was the first game, Coach? I missed it.
Packers at the Jags. Yeah, you're easy. Jordan Love, baby.
Why I don't see the Packers in the Jags game?
Jags playing right now?
Are they?
No, Jags they're coming back.
I found it. All right, so Packers against the Jags. We got that. And you said I got the Eagles in Cincinnati, which I disagree. And what was the next one? Titans and Lions. Goddamn, they got the Lions crushing them. All right, what's next?
Bears
at Miami.
No, Bears at the Commanders.
I don't know if Jaden playing.
Commanders.
I'm going Commanders, but I don't know if Jaden playing though. Hopefully Jaden playing.
He should be fine. The one thing that they showed is that offense is a machine.
Yeah, they still looked good with Mariota out there. Bears got better defense than Carolina, though.
Yeah, so did the Browns.
Yeah.
And
like I said, I wouldn't even be questioning it if number 5 was out there. It will. Hopefully, he will be.
All right, what's the last game?
Cowboys at the 49ers.
Oh.
Niners.
Chris?
Cowboys, 49ers.
At the 49ers.
So Niners are coming off of a loss. Brandon Ayuk might be injured, and so is McCaffrey. I'm going Dallas.
Wow. Okay. Coach.
McCaffrey been injured though.
Yeah, Caffrey ain't been there. He ain't never been healed. Shit.
Yeah, he ain't seen the field.
The Cowboys, this is a must-win game for them.
It's a must-win for San Fran too. Both of them, I think they got the same record. Both of them looking.
Yeah. I think that the Cowboys gonna win that game.
Yeah. I might as well donate this $20 to an IRA or some shit. Like, what the hell? Right, what the hell? Nah, I know I ain't winning that.
I'm sorry, I switch it up, but I think that the Niners are they're coming up lame. They got some serious injuries.
Yeah, they got a lot of injuries. They do. Cowboys do too. The Cowboys, they both of them banged up, and Cowboys
and they're coming off a bye. Cowboys are coming off a bye.
Yeah, they coming off a bye, and they coming off a bye and an ass whooping. They needed that bye.
That's right.
That's because Jerry talking about the wrong things. He focused on all sorts of stuff that's not football.
Yeah, facts.
All right, this bet is 464 if I win. This is bring y'all back. This one week. This will bring us back to. I might actually be in the positive.
Hey.
But since I know it ain't going to hit, I'm going to tell y'all wasting my $20 again, damn it. I'm coming for some free ice cream or something.
Me and you agreed on picks. I ain't got
I agree on this. Which one I didn't agree on?
Yeah. We agreed on.
I don't agree on the Philadelphia Cincinnati pick.
I said Cincinnati.
I do think the Cowboys probably going to win though, because they had a bye week and they got their ass whooped, so they need to they need to do something.
Oh no, I think Shanahan's going to outcoach Marty with their coach. I think it's going to come down to coaching, because other than that, I think they pretty even. Both of them banged up, injured. I think it's going to come down to coaching and San Fran at home.
All right, fellas. Well, it was a good show. I appreciate y'all this week. We're gonna get ready to watch this Baltimore game and see what's about to happen there. I already got text messages, people mad at me already. So, we're gonna see what's up. They want to know about Derrick Henry. I guess Derrick Henry didn't score the first touchdown. That was one of my bets I put in. So we'll see. We'll see. But thank you, Chris, again, man. I appreciate you coming in, having this conversation, man. Thank you for joining us. And like I said, make sure you check him out on all his platforms, which is one more time already.
Your.change.agent.
Your.change.agent. Yes, absolutely. And follow him. I know Matty Ice and Coach are going to be following you, so everybody else do. Make sure you do too. And thank y'all for joining us at Dad Mentality. God bless. Good night.